It's about time. I'm back. Whoop-de-doo, right? I think it's going to be a good one today. Hit that like button, would you? Your likes grow this wealthy community of ours. I'll keep this channel more about the pondering and less about the peddling of bullion dealers and mining companies. Sounds good, right? If so, hit some buttons. That's what it takes. Daily vigilance. So as you can see, I've been to the coin shop. And I probably overdid it again, but we'll get to that. Plus, of course, some pondering. All right, I know it's been a few days. I haven't been totally lazy. Look at that step count average. Over 15,000 steps a day. It's not where I want it to be. The human body can be a very fickle thing. I'll try again to get the results I want. Joseph's Reserves, Coins and Precious Metals. Takes the first to last video. Joseph's Reserves also has a YouTube channel. Maybe check it out. We gotta stick together. Wile E. Coyote is back at the drawing board. I know you probably don't care about this regular change here, but this bag to the left, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a different story. Now, I really loathe jealousy and envy, but I think today we'll make an exception. Because when you hear what I paid for these Morgan dollars, and you see the quality of what I received, well, you'll see what I mean in a second. By all means, leave me a comment below and let me know what you think. If you are already familiar with this channel, you know I buy an old silver dollar each week. And I don't necessarily want to batch them or buy a bunch of them ahead of time because I want to maintain the habit. I want to reinforce the behavior of going to the coin shop once a week and just picking up an old silver dollar. And once again, I went there before I made my bank deposit. I know, that never goes well, or does it always go awesome? I'm pretty sure it went awesome. This Morgan dollar, 32 bucks. There, I said it. And at the time of purchase, it was 40 cents below spot. All of these Morgan dollars were 32 bucks. Each, that is. So you see my dilemma? I had to purchase them. I went to the NSLCS, not so local coin shop, and he just dumped out all these Morgan dollars on the table and let me sort through them. And these gems that you're about to see, they were amongst a bunch of Morgan dollars that were totally slick and had holes in them. So needless to say again, I kind of bought ahead of schedule. I haven't really checked the dates to see what these go for, but I know they go for well above 32 bucks. Look at that luster. And all the details are there. This bird is 100% meat. I was not expecting to get anything like this. I was just out and about going to use the Kansas Kid method and get me a fairly shabby Morgan dollar for less than or at spot price of silver. Now, when the dealer was cashing me out, he knew he made a mistake. And I told him, I said, look, you don't have to sell me these. Maybe I laid on a bit of guilt trip in my wordage, like, hey, if you don't want to be a man of your word, you don't have to honor the deal. I would not have taken Carson Cities if there were Carson Cities in there. I knew I was getting away with some extra, but if there were Carson Cities, I wouldn't cut into him that deep. I would not expect that. He did tell me someone found a Carson City when he let them sort through them, and he bought it from them for $100 after he sold it to them for cheap. I would not have taken the $100 from him if I found the Carson City. I'd be like, here, just keep it. I already feel a bit guilty for taking these off of him for 32 bucks a piece when they're clearly probably almost $50 Morgans. I'll justify it a bit, though. I mean, I have brought him a lot of big deals. A lot of big deals. And I'll also justify it by saying to myself, I'll throw him a little something later. I'll put him on the Christmas list. So you see, I had to buy 11 Morgan dollars. So this means I'm bought up until the third week of November. I like going to the coin shop once a week also, so I can be like, look, here's this week's Morgan dollar. I make a video. Now I'm just like way ahead. I'm showing you all of them all at once. I would classify this as one of those good problems. I would have spent 32 bucks for each of these when the price of silver was $28. Today is Wednesday, the 3rd of September, 2025. At this very moment, silver is $41.13. I'm happy I got my Seiko fixed. The second hand had fell off, and I also wanted a sports band for it. My red dial Seiko is my walking watch. I treated myself to it as a reward for walking 12,000 steps a day for 90 days straight. I really want to do 18,000 steps a day. I was doing it for 4 days, then 15,000 steps I did the 5th day, and then I fell off. That's okay though. We're just getting warmed up. The goal is to do it for autumn or fall. Yeah, for the whole duration of fall. And I think I'm going to make it an average because I do think I should schedule some kind of recovery. Great songs are made of notes, but they're also made of rest. I used to be so good at rest. Now I don't like doing it. My mind, it kind of races thinking of things I could be doing that are productive. And when you need to rest, that is counterproductive. I actually have another watch for leisure. Perhaps I should start using it more on those days of rest. Maybe I'll even go out and pick up a leisure shirt and a leisure hat. You know what? I'm just gonna go get a whole leisure uniform. Maybe I'll rock leather shoes on leisure day. Yeah, I gotta get better at leisuring. At the same time, my productivity is not optimal. But overdoing it is definitely counterproductive. I just had a wicked burnout the past couple days. I just had to let go of all the ropes and eat cereal and watch cartoons. It was a fibrous cereal. I didn't really watch cartoons. I watched movies from the late 90s. All right, so now it's Thursday, September 4th. 2025. So we should be current now. I'm going to be releasing this video today. At this moment, silver's a wee bit under $41. It says $40.96. Oh, if you see a key date here on these Morgan dollars, let me know because I haven't even checked yet. I should be receiving a shipment of capsules today. I wasn't in a rush with all the mangy Morgans I've been buying, but I kind of sped it up after purchasing this nice batch a couple days ago. Pretty soon, I'm going to need a bigger table, and I'm going to have to mount the camera up higher to see all these Morgan dollars. If you don't already know, I just buy one a week. But the steady drip is really piling up. We are well over the 2-year mark now, so when I get those capsules, I'll capsule these up, I'll record it, and I'll get a count. When I look at the price of silver rising the way it is, or the way it has been, I can't help but think, wow, it would have been nice if I just had bought generic ounces each week. I'd be up a lot more on my investment. But, you know, hindsight's 2020. Ultimately, I'm still happy with my choice, and I know why I made it. A little over a couple years back, the premiums on silver got out of control. So I figured, if the premium on a generic ounce of silver is so high, I may as well just buy a Morgan dollar or a peace dollar, which at the time also had a high premium, but it had a lot more flavor to it, a lot more history. This silver has been seasoned for over 100 years. And if the market had gone the other way, I believe these would have held their value better. Maybe that's true, maybe it's not, I don't know. I've been to a couple coin shops this week, and I gotta say, I'm really enjoying the fact that there's no love for constitutional silver right now. I'll add real quick, this is not financial advice. I'm just advising you to think along with me. Every so often, I have to ask myself, am I bullish on silver? I'll share my thoughts, which are unswayed by any bullion dealer sponsors or mining companies. We'll never have those here, so if you'd like to subscribe and stick around, I think that'd be a smart move. If you do subscribe, comment below, new guy. And perhaps you'll get a warm welcome from the Thousandaires. Silver is up right now, but so is everything else. And everything else seems to be up much more. I'm thinking the only boogeyman for silver right now is maybe deflation. Maybe we don't get the loose, filthy fiat promissory note policies everyone seems to think are coming. And that's the only possible bad scenario I really see for silver. It is possible, but how likely? And I don't know. That's why it's good to keep some cash around, which I'm not good at. So what I do is I buy boxes of nickels, and whenever I'm at the laundromat or car wash, I put like 3 20s in there and get a bunch of quarters. I've been doing this for a while. I have thousands of dollars in change. It's not worth the time sorting it and cashing it in. But if we somehow end up in a big deflationary period and the unemployment is high, including mine, then I'll be wearing flip-flops, sorting change, and probably living off egg sandwiches. Poverty has never been so delicious. Also, if things go in that direction, we should certainly expect more violent crime. So it's always important to stack those other metals. Isn't it great to be American? Sure, we might not win, but at least we have a chance to play. Let's say things go in the other direction. Loose monetary policies, which I believe has a high probability because promises certainly aren't finite. And I imagine once an entity begins to make many promises, remember, that's what a dollar is. It's a promise to pay with more promises. It's genius, or highly immoral, or a bit of both. Either way, what reason would someone that makes promises to survive have to be conservative with their promises all of a sudden? Immediately that makes me think of myself and my credit card. I got reserves. I won't be defaulting. I'm sure I'll tighten up. What do you think? Will the country tighten up? Let's say it continues to get loose. After all, they did considerably raise the debt ceiling, which is like getting a higher credit limit on your card, while it's about maxed out. Anyhow, relative to other assets, silver's not performing super great. It's up substantially, but think about everything else. Even everyday items that you need for survival, like say food. I'd say it's up more substantially than silver. So maybe $40 silver is not so crazy. Maybe we're just getting old. I got my eye on 3 assets right now that I believe aren't performing as well as the others. This is just me now. This is what I like. I like graded comic books, silver, and my eyes on platinum. If gold's gonna keep going up, and I believe there's a high probability it will, I think that will push altcoin season. And in the precious metals, real tangible wealth assets world, silver, platinum, palladium, they're altcoins. And I think, just me thinking again, will bring much higher returns than gold from this point. I should say, I'm not selling my gold. I'm not trading my gold for silver, platinum, or palladium. The thought, it had crossed my mind. But I have to stick to my plan and my schedule. But I did just buy some options on silver and platinum ETFs yesterday. It's a bit of a gamble, but we'll see how it goes. I was a bit reticent to even mention it. I don't want to turn anybody into options junkies. I should have screenshot it. The app told me, "Are you sure no one else has bought this platinum contract?" I figure that's probably not a good sign, but I really liked it. I've only ever bought one option last August, and I sold it in November. I made 700%. That move and some day trades pretty much bought me Centenario number 5. Will the silver and platinum options substantially help me get Centenario number 7 in January? I don't know, but that's it. That is it! Thousandaire Radio, wicked shout. Join the pen pals. You can now write me at The Thousandaire Collector, 1700 Sullivan Trail, Suite 7, Box 111, Easton, Pennsylvania, 18040. Don't forget to include your info so I can put you on my mailing list. I have so many letters and packages I have not opened yet. I even have expensive comic books still in boxes that were delivered from eBay weeks ago. Everything is stacked in the order that I receive it. I apologize if you're feeling slighted by the delays. I am feeling rather refreshed, so I should be getting to it soon.